This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're going to look at KRAFT Macaroni and Cheese. There are two ways to win the game. One, get rid of all your noodles, or get rid of all of the cards in your hand. On your turn, you're going to roll the 2 dice. If I rolled a 4, if you have a 4, you will simply discard it. If you don't have a 4, then the other players can discard from their hand. If you were to roll a 7, Cheezosaurus Rex will move up on the track, and it will tell you here how many noodles you have to give up, and you have to throw those into the pot. Unless you can play a Cheezosaurus Rex card. If you have a Cheezosaurus Rex card, then you don't have to give up any noodles when Cheezosaurus Rex moves up. That's the entire game. Roll the dice. If you have a card that matches it, discard it. Otherwise, everybody else can do that. Well, some of you are watching this going, what the heck did I just watch? Yes, a board game based on KRAFT Macaroni and Cheese does exist, and it's as terrible as you would envision. With that said, this is probably my most played game of 2022 because my 4-year-old sees this game and wants to play the KRAFT Macaroni and Cheese game, which makes it impossible for me to get rid of. But do the mechanism, the IP match? No, sort of. There is a little bit about throwing the noodles into the pot. Doesn't make sense why you only do it when Cheezosaurus Rex, because whenever I made KRAFT Macaroni and Cheese, Cheezosaurus Rex does not jump up, but it is what it is. The shedding of the cards is weird, how you're rolling the dice. That has nothing to do with making macaroni and cheese or eating macaroni and cheese or enjoying macaroni and cheese, so it really fails in that part. But the throwing in the pot, I guess that makes a little bit of sense, but it's got such a terrible game. There's nothing going on here. I think for the target market who would actually enjoy this children's food, the game doesn't really make any sense, and it's really, 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 really bad. So nothing to see here. Skip this one. Awful game. Mechanism and IP do not match. One of the worst games I've ever played in my life.